Hi, this is Carrie Cole with Side by Side Educational Consulting, where we work side by side with educators to improve literacy outcomes for all kids. We've been focused on this idea of creating strong beginnings in lesson planning, and what I want to focus on today is this idea of creating strong learning objectives for kids and for teachers. A learning objective is simply a statement about what students should know and be able to do at the end of a lesson. It's different than listing the activities that are going to be done in that time frame, whether it's during a period or a certain amount of instructional time. The activities might be what you do to get to that objective, but an objective is what students should know and be able to do by the end or by the completion, through the completion of those activities. An objective is really the target or the goal of what you should be able to do. It's the foundation for anything. Susan Brookhart says it this way: it's not enough just for a teacher to create a learning objective. Students must know the learning objective. By knowing the learning objective, that can help it to live throughout the entirety of the lesson and drive everything that students are doing and what the teacher is doing as well. Marzano says, students learn most efficiently when they know the goals of a specific lesson or learning activity. If students are aware of an intended outcome, they know what to focus on. When setting objectives, the teacher simply gives students a target for their learning so they can better monitor their progression towards the goal. When students are aware of the goal or the learning target, what that helps them with is their own metacognition. Metacognition is thinking about thinking. So they're able to better monitor their progression towards the goal. And you can divide that into two categories. We have metacognitive knowledge, which is an awareness of one's thinking and learning. In other words, how do I learn? And then we have metacognitive control, where that is self-regulation of thinking and learning. How can I learn better? By ensuring that students are aware of the goal or the learning target objective, they can better monitor their own learning and better gauge for themselves where they are in that learning progression. How close am I to meeting that goal? What do I need to do in order to meet that goal? So in thinking about this, I'd like you to challenge to do a couple of things in your classroom. Number one, post the learning objective for all students to see at the beginning of every lesson, and make sure you verbalize that objective to students. And then reference that objective throughout the lesson. Come back to it. Here's where we are in the lesson. How close are you to meeting the goal today or the learning target? And then the last thing, ensure that you have an exit ticket or some type of formative assessment at the end of the lesson tied to the learning objective that's going to measure that learning objective so that students can have a good understanding of whether they've met that objective, and then the teacher can yield some data when that exit ticket is turned in terms of, did we meet the objective today, or do I need to do some reteaching around this lesson in order to meet that objective tomorrow? That's it. Thanks so much for watching.